We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Washington Redskins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go!
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
53, Mike 53. Hey, defense.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. I got you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
looking to throw on second down. Smith, he completes this one to Mack. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
That's it, baby. You got work.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington! Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down to Marlon Mack. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
And his throw here is incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Smith. It's It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Mack, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Mike Popo. Touchdown defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith. It's caught by Davis. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. And we're pretty quiet, G. We're pretty quiet.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10.
Here we go, Jim.
On first down, Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Yeah, let's get set.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Third down and 12.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Let's go, D, let's go. And let's get up.
Looking to throw. Daniels. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and 4.
Single set. Switch gears. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over first and 10.
On the ready. Mike's 50. Hey.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
You gotta bring it. 58's the money. 58's the money. Pick it up.
Second and 5. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. In the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go.
You can't motion me out.
Hey, 50's a mic, 50's a mic.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Check. 3 down. Here we go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 25-yard line.
Here we go. Go to base. Check. 53's mine.
He don't know no better.
Zoom. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, D. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the back.
To throw on second down, Daniels. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now a run with Mack. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. This time they stay on the ground, and he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Bird on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st and 10, Daniels. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Daniels. And this one complete to Reed. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. It's a short kick taken near the 18. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll go again here with Mack. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Third down.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Smith now throw. Completes it to Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, it's Mack. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. from the gun on third down. Smith. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Check the hot read. Showing up. Hands here. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
15, check back 15. Hey, defense, let's go.
Off the play fake. Daniels. Out to the left here to Reed. Past the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run again with Hunt. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
Kill. Turn up. Let's go. Come on.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smith, caught by Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. On 1st down, Mack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
We got three.
From the gun, Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Mine's 50. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here we go.
2nd and 14. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
53.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, it really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Monte Nicholson picks it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They're going to run this with a tight end. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The tackle by Demarius Randall. A gain of 2 makes it third down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, check, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
And the blitz does come. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Let's go.
From the gun, Daniels. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
This is Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Smith. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Back to throw. It's complete to Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 61 yards.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 16.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But